Hello again, welcome to Maths is Not a Mystery. Today's episode is about highest common factors and lowest common multiples at the foundation level. You'll see them written as HCF and LCM. You'll also hear LCM called least common multiple. I prefer to call it lowest because it makes more sense. Okay, these are very common questions at the sort of upper end of the foundation paper. Highest common factor, lowest common multiple. Before we can do this, you need to be absolutely clear about what factors and multiples are. So we're going to spend a short while just double checking that you fully understand that. Factors, first of all. Think about the word factory. Think about what happens in a factory. Little things go into a factory, they get put together, and big things come out the other side of the factory. To make the factors work with a number, we get little numbers that we multiply together, and a big number comes out the other end. So if we choose this as our number, 12, we start to think about all the numbers that we can multiply together to make 12. Now, do it logically. Always start at 1. Don't just randomly go at all sorts of numbers, because you'll get yourself in a real mess if you do that. So 1 times 12 makes 12. 2 times 6 makes 12. 3 times 4 makes 12. 4 times 3 makes 12. I'm not going to write that again because we've got 4 times 3 in reverse order. 5 times nothing at all, that doesn't work, but 6 times 2 makes 12, 12 times 1 makes 12. To find the factors in a nice list then, go down that side, go back up this side, write out the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. They are the factors of 12. And you can double check it by doing a little bit of a mathematical workout. The two outside ones, 1 times 12 makes 12. The next two along, 2 times 6 make 12. The next two along, 3 times 4 make 12. If you've got a spare number left in the middle, something's gone wrong. Okay, so let's have a go at just one more, just before we move on to doing the clever stuff that we're about to do in the rest of this video. So I'm going to do the factors of 18, and I'm going to get something wrong just to show you how this can work out. 1 times 18, 2 times 9, and I've just remembered it's on the 6 times table as well. 6, 12, 18, I've just remembered that. So I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to be a bit stupid there, do it randomly. So my list is 1, 2, 6, 9, 18. Do my little sum. 1 times 18 makes 18. 2 times 9 makes 18. And I've got this 6 in the middle. That shows me I've done something wrong because I've not got anything to multiply it by. So very quickly it means I can add it on there. 3 times 6. Okay, so be careful when you work it out. Start from 1, go through the 2s, 3s, 4s and so on, so that you're going nice and logical. But when you start to find that it works backwards in the same two numbers, you've done. If you're going logically, you know you've finished your list. Right, all of those little numbers are factors of their bigger numbers. And you'll notice every time 1 is always going to be in the list because every number ever is going to be on the 1 times table. And also you're going to notice that the number itself, your target number, so 12 or 18, is always going to be on the list. So 1 will be there, the number itself will be there, and then sandwiched in between them will be a variety of smaller numbers that can multiply together to make that big one. Alright, now you're going to get asked a question, for example, that might say find the highest common factor, and it might say HCF on your exam paper, or it might say it in full, highest common factor, of 15 and 27. Now what they mean by that is they mean find all the factors of 15, find all the factors of 27, look for the common factors, which means the ones that are the same in both lists, and then find the highest number out of them. So it's pretty simple. Let's do the 15 one first. So 15 is going to be 1 times 15. It's not on the 2 times table, is it? It'll be 3 times 5. Next one up is 5 times 3, so that's reversed. So I know I've finished it. So the list for 15 is 1, 3, 5 and 15. Now do the same for 27. So that's going to be 1 times 27. Again, it's not on the 2 times table. It is on the 3 times table, isn't it? 3 times 9. Is it on the 4s? No, it's not. Or the 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s. Next one is 9. Yeah, 9 times 3. So I've finished again. 1, 3, 9, 27. They're the only times tables that 27 is on. So I found the factors of 15 and I found the factors of 27. Now I'm going to look at what the common factors are. 1 is on both lists, obviously. That's a common factor. 3 is on both lists, so that's a common factor. The remaining numbers are not on both lists. So the highest common factor is 3. The highest common factor of 15 and 27 is 3. That's the biggest number that will divide into both 15 and 27. Okay, the bigger numbers that are on this list, 5, that'll divide into 15, but not into 27. 9 will divide into 27, but not into 15. So they're not common factors to the two numbers. Only 1 and 3 are, and of those, 3 is the highest. Okay, let's do another one, just to be absolutely certain that we've got it. And let's do the highest common factor of, what should we do, 18 and 45. So 18, well, we did that earlier actually, didn't we? It's up the page. But I'll do it again. 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6, then it's 6 times 3. So the list is 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18. 45, 1 times 45. Not 2s, it's not an even number. 3s, yes, it does 3 times 15, doesn't it? It's on the 5 times table, it ends in a 5, so everything is on the 5 times table if it ends in a 5. It's not on the 6s, 7s or 8s, it's on the 9s. So we're back to front again now, 9 times 5, 15 times 3, etc. So the list is going to be 1, 3, 5, 9, 15, 45. So now we've got the list of factors of 18. We've got the list of factors of 45. Now we're looking for the common ones. And 1 is there both times. 3 is there both times. 9 is there both times. They are the only common factors. They're the only ones that show up on both lists. Of those, the highest common factor is 9. That's the biggest number that will divide into 18 and into 45. Okay, so that's what the highest common factor is. You're looking for the factors of a number, the factors of the other number, finding the common ones, the ones that are there twice, and then looking for the biggest out of those. Okay, so now let's move on and look at least or lowest common multiple, LCM. Multiples then. Factors are numbers that divide into a number. Multiples are a posh word for times tables. So the multiples of 4. The multiples of 4 are 4, 8, 6, 12, sorry, I don't know my times tables, 16, 20, and off we go, forever. Now, a little tip here. When you're being asked to write down factors or multiples, if they're asking you factors, they'll say list all the factors of a certain number. They can't do that for multiples, because if they said list all the multiples of 4, you would never stop writing, because the multiples of 4 never end. You just keep on adding 4. So they will say things like list the first 4 multiples or list the first 5 multiples. So that's a little reminder, really. If they say list all of them, it's got to be factors. They're the numbers that end at the number they've asked you. All the factors of 18 has got to end by the time you get to 18. The multiples of 4 start from 4 and then they keep on going. So the lowest common multiple then, all we're doing is we're finding all the multiples of one number, all the multiples of another number, seeing which ones are the same, and this time finding the lowest instead of the highest. So let's do LCM, lowest common multiple, of, let's have 8 and 20. So what you do for this one is you start writing out your 8 times table. How much of it you write out, well, it's up to you really. I would do 4 or 5 or 6, and I wouldn't do any more unless I really had to. So that's the 8. That's the first set of multiples of 8. And the multiples of 20, 20, 40, 60, and so on. And we're going to look to see where the first match is. The first number that's on both lists. And the first number on both lists is 40. So the lowest common multiple of 8 and 20 is 40. And what that means, oops, excuse me, 8 and 20, what that means is that if you start to go up your 8 times table and you start to go up your 20 times table, the first time that you'll say the same number is when you get to 40. There will be other times further along, but that's not relevant because they're not the lowest. Let's do one more just to double check it. Let's do the lowest common multiple of, let's have 9 and 15. So you know what to do here now, don't you? Start writing out your 9 times table. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. Stop there unless we need to go any further. Now do the 15 times table. 15, 30, 45, 60. And let's see whether we've got a match. Yes, we have. Can you see? 45 is on both lists. 45 is the first time that we have the same number on both lists, so it is the lowest common multiple. So to get it right, all of those are multiples of 9. All of these are multiples of 15. Common multiples are the ones that are the same in both lists, and we're looking for the lowest or the least. I don't like them using least. It sounds like if it's least common, it means it doesn't happen very often, doesn't it? I prefer lowest common multiple, but you will see both written down. Okay, so we've done highest common factor, find all the factors, look for the match, and find the highest number of the ones that match. And then for the lowest common multiple, well, start writing out the times table, find the first place that they match. And of course, if you don't find the first place that they match here, write a bit more of the times table until they do. If it's a really, really difficult set of questions, then you're going to need to work on stuff that's about grade 5. That's on a different video for highest common factor, lowest common multiple at higher level. So if you want to know how to do that, search that video out and we'll show you how to do it without making huge, long lists. Okay, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching Maths is Not a Mystery, and we hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.